Picture this. You walk into a settlement that's supposed to be completely bustling with life, right? But instead, you find it eerily empty. No bodies, no signs of a struggle, not even a hastily scribbled goodbye note left on a table. Back in 1587, this wasn't just some Hollywood thriller script. It was a terrifying, real-life event. An entire colony, over 100 people, just vanished, literally without a single trace. Welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving deep into a 400-year-old cold case that still absolutely baffles experts all around the globe. We're talking about the chilling mystery of the lost colony of Roanoke.
Now imagine you're the colony's returning governor. You're desperately searching this abandoned settlement, begging for any sign of life, any direction, just a clue. And you find exactly one, CROATOAN. Just that one single, mysterious word carved deliberately right into a wooden post. I mean, what did it even mean? Was it a destination, a warning, a desperate plea for help? This one chilling clue is the absolute anchor of our mystery today, and it's exactly what has kept this story alive in historians' minds for over 4 centuries.
But before we get too caught up in the clues, we've got to talk about the human element here, because that's absolutely crucial. These weren't just names written down in some dusty royal charter. These were 115 flesh and blood men, women, and children. You know, everyday people who had crossed a massive, terrifying ocean, just looking for a brand new life. They had fears, they had hopes, families, and every single one of them completely disappeared into thin air. To really grasp how on earth this could happen, we need to understand what they were trying to build in the first place.
Section 1. The Dream of Roanoke.
So, to make sense of this whole disappearance, we have to flash back to the late 1500s. At this point in time, England was fiercely ambitious, and they desperately wanted to establish their very first permanent colony in North America. The guy chosen to lead the charge? Governor John White. He led these 115 pioneers across the Atlantic to Roanoke Island, which is in present-day North Carolina. They arrived with this huge vision of a thriving settlement. But man, that dream hit a brick wall of reality pretty fast. Life was incredibly brutal right out of the gate. They faced a real trifecta of struggles. First, limited food to comfortably sustain everyone. Second, rapidly depleting supplies like tools and essential medicine. And third, rising tensions with some Native American tribes in the area, which made daily survival just that much harder. But despite all these mounting pressures, the settlers dug in. They were hoping for a better future, but they knew for sure they couldn't survive indefinitely without a lifeline.
Section 2.
A desperate call for help.
Things at Roanoke got so bad that Governor White had to make a completely agonizing choice. He had to board a ship and sail all the way back to England to get supplies. He really didn't want to leave his people, but he knew if he stayed, they'd probably all perish. His plan was simple: restock and come right back in just a few short months. But this led to a truly heartbreaking irony. Think about it. While the Roanoke settlers were desperately waiting on the coast, literally scanning the horizon every single day for John White's returning ships carrying the food they needed to live, history had totally different plans across the ocean. Right as White got back, England got plunged into a massive, all-consuming war with Spain. The Crown essentially requisitioned almost every single available ship for naval battle. There was absolutely nothing to spare for a rescue mission to America. It's a stark contrast, and honestly, the timing couldn't possibly have been worse.
And this terrible timing snowballed into an absolute catastrophe. Let's look at the timeline. White departed for those critical supplies in 1587. But because of that massive war with Spain, he was hit with a staggering 3-year delay. 3 entire years! Governor White was just stuck in England. It's crazy to think about, but global politics completely doomed this tiny, isolated settlement. And during all that time, White had absolutely no idea what was happening to his colony, his friends, or his own family across the ocean. By the time he finally secured a ship and made the treacherous journey back, it was 1590.
Section 3. The word on the post.
Okay, so when Governor White finally steps foot back on Roanoke Island in 1590, you have to imagine he is filled with this wild mix of utter dread and desperate hope. But the shock he actually experienced was unimaginable. The bustling camp he had left behind, completely silent. If we methodically break down this 16th century crime scene, the facts are just bizarre. First, and maybe most incredibly, no bodies. None. Second, absolutely no signs of a fight, so no scattered weapons, no hastily built defensive walls. Third, no burned buildings. The settlement wasn't torched or ransacked. It honestly looked like everyone just packed up their things and walked away.
The only things left behind were those cryptic carvings we talked about, the word CROATOAN carved super clearly on a wooden post, and nearby the letters CROW etched right into a tree. The really crazy part? White had arranged a distress signal before he left, a cross mark, but there was no cross, just those letters.
Section 4. 4 centuries of theories.
That eerie silence has literally echoed all the way down to today. For hundreds of years now, historians, archaeologists, you name it, they've been desperately searching for answers, digging up soil, analyzing ancient maps, even studying historical weather patterns. And all of this intense research leaves us with 4 main historical theories. Number 1, the settlers simply assimilated, meaning they left the island, joined the friendly CROATOAN tribe, and just lived among them. Number 2, they tragically died from the starvation and disease they were already fighting when White left. Number 3, they were attacked and wiped out by enemies. Or number 4, a powerful, sudden hurricane destroyed the whole colony, just washing it out to sea. But here's the most fascinating takeaway from all of this. Despite modern technology and countless archaeological digs, the verdict for every single one of these theories remains exactly the same, unproven. Not a single one of them has been definitively proven as fact. 0.
Which leaves us with this one undeniable truth. The fate of the lost colony of Roanoke remains one of history's absolute greatest unsolved mysteries. Over 4 centuries have passed, yet this disappearance continues to puzzle and fascinate historians all around the world today. It's just this stark, kind of unsettling reminder that history doesn't always give us a neat and tidy ending. Sometimes people really do just vanish.
So I want to leave you with this haunting question to chew on. What do you think really happened to those 115 settlers? Did they survive and build a new life, integrated with a friendly tribe? Did they try to sail back to England on a tiny boat and get lost at sea? Or did they just vanish into history forever, leaving absolutely nothing behind but a single word carved on a post? We might never actually know the absolute truth, but analyzing the facts and the context behind the mystery, well, that's exactly why we explore these stories in the first place. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep questioning the past, and I'll catch you next time.